everyone. I'm the Peculiar Pisces and welcome to my channel. Today is January 28th, 2026, and this is Flosstube video number 72. So welcome back. Welcome back. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome. This is my week. Hold on. Sorry, my computer wanted to like update all of a sudden. Anyway, this is my weekly update where I talk about the things that I work on craft-wise. Primarily, it is cross-stitch. I haven't done anything not cross-stitch related in quite some time because I just haven't had the time to put any effort into anything except for cross-stitching. So I will kick right off into it. I didn't purchase anything. No stitchy mail came. I'm being good still. I will start with project number 1, which for January, project number 1 is my favorite designer project, and the hope is that the favorite designers will be fair worthy and I can turn them into the fair. So project number 1, favorite designer for the month of January, is Filipina. And I'm working on the Daughters of Estuary. The fabric that I have this on is Volcano stitching. This is called Poseidon. This is 18 count Opal Aida. Now, for my project 1 projects, I'm sort of varying the fabric size because my fairs, I have 2 of them. There's the county fair and the state fair. They choose their categories by fabric size. So like one category will be fabric 14 count to I think 18 count, maybe 20. And then the next category will be 22 and up. So keeping that in mind, I sort of stagger my projects so that the hope is if I get 2 of them done in a year to take to the fair, they would be in different categories. So here is my progress on my Bella Filipina. I've just been bringing the tail down and working whatever this is. So this project I put in for the week of (1:19) through 1:25. I was able to put in 4 hours, 25 minutes, and 9 seconds into this project. And then that's brought my total project time to 120 hours, 32 minutes, and 43 seconds. Okay, and then project number 2 that I have been working on is the Dutch Beauty Sampler. And I have been in this middle piece. So I hit another milestone. I finally finished page D, and I'm just starting page E. So this is 14 count Aida that I dyed myself in a Come Dye With Me video. And so I finished out what was on this page. And I've moved over and I'm starting the upper border in this page. There we go. Now you can see all of it. Okay, so this one for the week of 119 through 125, I was able to put in 5 hours, 2 minutes, and 25 seconds. And it's brought my total time to 73 hours, 7 minutes, and 43 seconds. Now, this one, I did work on this during the football games that my husband was watching. I'm not a football fan, but I was in the room while he was watching it. So I just stitched on this one. Between the 2 football games that he watched, I was able to put in 2 hours, 49 minutes, and 43 seconds specifically into this project. And then that was when I was able to finish up page D and move on to the upper portion of E. Now, I'm getting really close to the edge here, and I'm so paranoid that I miscounted. And I'll be so devastated if I find out that I miscounted and this was not big enough, because it's so close to the end of this first row. I think, what is the last page? G is the last page, and I just started page E. So I'm eyeing this up and I'm like, should I continue stitching across the top with the ivy flowery border so that I can see if it works, or do I just take my chances? And I don't know which I'd rather do. Right now, I'm just taking my chances and hoping that it all works out. Okay, and then project number 3. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to print out a new cover page soon. Project 3 is Tilton Crafts Winter in the Shire. I am doing this one on 25 count easy grid. This one I am doing by color completion. Last week when I filmed, I had finished all of the first color, which was 3865, with 19,482 stitches going into that color. And now I'm working on 762. So here's my part. Can you see that? Here's where I've been working, down here. This is the frame that I'm going to keep this on. I'm not going to be taking this off. This is it for now. So after I finished all of 3865, which I started from the top, worked my way over and down, and just kept going. Now I'm sort of working from the bottom up. So there's my progress. See how that next color, 762, it's a silvery white gray, but it's not white, and you can see it. It is somewhat similar to the color of the grid, that gray color, but I can still see it. It's nice to finally see color on this, which when I hold it back, you can't really see the color, but it's nice to see color on this. It really is. So for this one, I put in 2 hours, 58 minutes, and 12 seconds, and it's brought my total time to 77 hours, 34 minutes, and 42 seconds. This week I got to put in 732 stitches on it, and it's brought my stitch count to 19,972 out of 122,500, and I'm at 16.30%. Okay, and then the last project for the month of January is Candamar Designs. Artwork by Christian Reese Lassen. This is called the Silent Journey Picture. I am using the kit provided fabric and the kit provided floss. It is 14 count Williamsburg Blue Aida. And here is my progress. So I only got to work on this project for the week of 119 to 125 for 43 minutes and 26 seconds. That's all that I got to work on it last week. And that brought my total time to 44 hours, 8 minutes, and 18 seconds. And I am just sort of going left to right, bringing the threads down, just working along. Okay, so this is my last regular update for these 4 projects. I will show you next week when I film where I ended each project because there's still a few more days this month. Okay, so I will be putting these away at the end of January on probably January 31st. What day is the 31st? Okay, the 31st is Saturday. So in all honesty, Friday will probably be the last day that I get to work on each of these projects. And once February hits, I'll be switching over. So I will show you what projects I'm moving to in February. And so I'm going to show you the starting position of those projects for February. And then so next week, I will show you where these 4 ended and then where I've then put progress into next week's projects. I don't know why that was so hard to get out. That was like a mouthful. So my favorite designer project, I will be moving on to Mirabilia's August Peridot Fairy. Hold on, the dog wants to go out. Let me pause this. Okay. So for project number 1, the favorite designer project, I will be moving on to Mirabilia's August Peridot Fairy. And this is where I'm starting on her. So the top half, except for the back stitch and the beading, the only beads that I put in is over here in her wand, and that was because I could not count to save my life to get up here to stitch this part. So she's halfway done, and I'm starting in this bottom 3rd quarter. She is primarily 2/2. Her skin is 1/1. It was not charted that way. I did it that way because I knew that I was going to be working on a Teresa Wensler on 28 count. And I knew for sure that its skin would be charted 1/1. And so I wanted to sort of practice before I did the Teresa Wensler. So that is where I'm going for February. For project 2, which is it's either a black work project or a sampler project. So for January, it was the sampler. So for February, it will be the black work project. This is loose thread stitchery, and this is called the Orchid Blackwork Pattern. here is where I will be picking it up. I'm working in like this green, the tree branches, part of the flower down here. All right. Okay, and then project 3 is that wish list project. This one is The Waterfalls of Jade by Nene Thomas. And I got this directly from her website, which is down here. This one is very, very confetti heavy. So I'm still along this top row. I really hope that I finish this top row this year. There's so much confetti that I barely get 100 stitches in the hour that I'm working on this. After I finish this top row, I'm not going to be working on it in the typewriter method. I'm not enjoying that method with this piece. So I'm probably going to just, when I come back over here, finally, I'm probably just going to work on it page by page and just work on it that way. But here's where I'm picking up for the year. I'm finally past all these greens and browns that are over in here. And I'm finally starting into, I believe this is the dragon's horn. And I think this is part of the sky. So I'm starting in the sky areas. So it's going to be whites, silvers, blues, some purples. I can't wait to finally use those colors. But I want to get that top row finished before I start changing my method. And project 4 is the Stashbuster piece. And the one that I'm working on for February is this is the Dimensions kit, and this is the Indian Peacock. And I'm using the provided kit fabric and the provided kit floss. So I am nearly 1/4 of the way finished. Almost. Almost. I just have a few stitches to stitch up in these flowers in here. And then I just have a few stitches of tans up here. And then I will be finished with this first quarter and ready to move on to the second quarter. So that is it. That is my weekly update. This is what I'm moving to project. And that's it. Yeah, I haven't done or worked on anything else lately. It's just been my cross stitch stuff. Last week, Wednesday is supposed to be my day off, and I was able to film, and I had filmed early because I was meeting with a friend, and we were meeting up at the library, and we were going to sort of craft together. And I only got to hang out with her for an hour before my oldest was texting and messaging me and saying, I'm not feeling good. I've eaten lunch and lunch has made me feel worse. Can you please come and get me? And so I went and picked her up. And then after I was, right after I'd finished filming, I got a message from one of my coworkers saying that she was sick and could I fill in for her. So I had already planned on leaving my friend a little bit early so I could come home and get ready for work. So I was just leaving earlier to go pick up my kid. And then I did the mom thing, made sure she was okay, made her some, chicken noodle soup, that kind of thing, so that she would feel better. And then I proceeded to get ready for work. And then my husband came home right before I left. And then I went to work that day. And so, like, last week was a very full, busy week for me. So this week it started off a little rocky on Monday. Um, I forget what happened on Monday, but it was like Monday was a 2 hour delay. And so it just offset my whole day. And by the time I got the kids to school and back, uh, it was, I just didn't have time to work on my projects because I was busy doing other things. And even today, the water heater was installed back in December. It was before Christmas. And they didn't do something right, and it continuously leaks a little bit of water. And the inspector came the other week, a couple weeks ago. I can't remember now. The inspector came and he passed it, but he said they needed to come back in and fix it. And so today, in like an hour, they're supposed to be here to fix whatever that leak is on the tank. And I don't know. We've got a lot going on today. We've got a lot going on, period. It's been really busy since the start of this new year in 2026. I feel like I haven't had as much time to devote to my projects as I had in 2025 and 2024. In 2024, I had a lot more time to devote to my projects. Then in 2025, I got my part-time job, so that took up more of my time and less project time. So I'm still trying to recover from that and figure out like the best way and times to work on all my projects. I haven't touched my one strand a day project since last year sometime. And that's okay because it's not something that, I absolutely have to work on. It's not like my favorite designer projects or my Blackwork sampler projects. Like those two specific categories are for the fair, and so I don't need to have them done. Oh, yeah, and in February, along with switching over to those other four projects, I will be doing a birthday start. So on my birthday, which is that's March, went too far. Where? There it is. Okay, that's weird. Part of February is on the March's calendar. So, okay, so my birthday falls on a Tuesday in February, and it is the last week of February. So, Tuesday of the last week of February is my birthday, and I will be starting it is from Heaven and Earth Designs. It was a freebie at Valentine's Day a couple years ago. That's not the right app. Okay, it is called Venus, and it was a Valentine's 2024 freebie, and it's this one. So I will be starting this on my birthday. I will be just working on this on that day, no other projects. And then every month afterwards, on the day that my birthday falls on, I will work on this project. So since it's during the week for my start, I will just be working on this that day. If that day happens to fall on a weekend, I'll just devote a couple hours to it. But I am doing this one by color completion because surprisingly, I do enjoy that. when I get to sit and focus, I feel like I have absolutely no problem getting 250 to 300 stitches in the hour that I work on my other project. So if this one I'm devoting a couple hours to it and I'm just sitting there, I have high hopes that I can very quickly eat through these colors in the couple of hours that I devote to it on the specific day. So each month on the specific day on the 24th, February 24th, that is my birthday. So February 24th is my birthday start, and then every month on the 24th, I will devote time to this project. And like I said, I'm doing it color completion. I have hopes that I will quickly eat through these stitches, and in no time we will have this beautiful dragon. So I'm ready. I'm excited. This will probably be my first birthday start in a while. I did not do a birthday start in 2025, and I didn't do a birthday start in 2024. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready. So I will see everyone next week. Let's get rid of all these notifications. Okay. I will see everyone next week, and yeah, just keep working on your projects, keep stitching, keep crocheting, keep beading, keep doing the things that you love doing. And I'll see everyone next week.